Hey everybody, it's Roger with Kinsta. Today I'm joined by a new friend. Hey Ionut, how are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited to talk with you and learn more about who you are. You've obviously got a number of WordPress businesses and activities that are pretty well known, and some people may not know them, so we're going to learn about that today. But I'm really curious to learn your story and how you got into working with the web and then eventually with WordPress. How did all this get started?
That's yeah, a little bit funny. So with the web, I think I got on it a little bit by chance, but it suited quite well my abilities and my interest. I liked a lot the fact that I was studying computer science, but the web why was very interesting was that I could change something in code and I could see the results immediately, right? While if I write some C++ or whatever code and I need to work on it and then the algorithm changed, that was not as interesting. While I started with JavaScript, while if you write some JavaScript, you see it popping on the screen and things move around, and so it worked for me because of this quick feedback loop. And same then for marketing, like you try something and you see if it works out and not. So yeah, it was interesting for me, the web, due to the speed of how things are moving and the fact that I could see like the results of my work very very quickly. Then for WordPress, like this was totally by chance. I was freelancing as a web developer and doing also search engine optimization, trying to launch my some projects. And I was frustrated at that time because on freelancing platform, when people leave you a review, that would influence, the next client, how much they would pay, if they would work with you. And some clients will try to take advantage of that, saying, okay, if you don't do this extra thing, I will give you a bad review or something like that. This frustrated me, because I was working hard to kind of build up the reputation and the stars and so on. And I was frustrated, when someone would do this. So I thought, let me create my own website that people will find and will contact me for projects. And then I opened the SEO tools and I was looking what keyword I should use that is not too complicated to rank for and will give me like leads, and like I can realistically create something on that. So I found PSD to WordPress. PSD to HTML I thought it's too complicated. PSD to WordPress, transforming a design in a WordPress website, basically, was something that I thought it's clear. I mean, if someone that is searching for that, it's clearly looking to give up the project to someone. Okay, might be also tutorials, but usually they would have some work. And if I would rank for that, I thought this would generate projects for us. And I was looking at some existing websites and the pricing, and I thought, yeah, I mean, $500 or whatever they were charging, I thought that sounds good for me, so let's do that, right? So that was completely by I had at that time I started already to work with Marius, which still works with us, and at that time we had almost no WordPress experience.
Okay.
So we just went into that because I thought that keyword it's the right one, but we knew nothing about WordPress. We knew that we can do anything. So on the freelancing platforms, we will tackle any kind of projects from any language, any, like if it was possible, we could do it. WordPress, we were not specifically, great at. So that's a bit unusual story, but I don't have another one.
No, it's really interesting how many people's stories of finding WordPress, they're all over the place. They're totally different always. So once you found WordPress, what was it about WordPress that really made you realize, hey, this is where we should focus our work and start building this ecosystem that you now have?
Through this work of, like services, I got into products, So first time I thought I should create a WordPress theme, so potential clients would find the theme and then they would contact me maybe for more work on that. So that was the initial idea. So that's why how we got into the product. And then I was playing with some partnerships and trying a theme. The repository was still, I think we didn't submit it. It looked too complicated, the rules and all that. So added it on the site, tried to promote it, and then we, even at that time, I was trying, since I was very early, I liked this idea of acquiring different small projects. So I think first time I acquired a blog for $30. So it was very, even when I had very little money, I was experimenting with this sort of stuff. So I found on Flippa like a theme shop, a WordPress theme shop. And I thought, there is a good synergy. The price looked right. It was very, very small. I thought, maybe, if those ugly themes delivered sales, I know I can do better. So I purchased that theme shop, So that's how, so I've already been dabbling myself with, experimenting with themes. Then I found this theme shop for sale. It was called the Ready Themes. We sold it later ourselves as well. It was called the Ready Themes, and this is how I got into feeling a little bit the how this whole product thing are working. Myself, I was trying to set up more like content type of sites on the site, but products we were never been able to do that. So this is how we started. Then we acquired what is now Revival Post. So we acquired a small plugin that we found. So that's how we got into products.
Excellent. All right. So it sounds like quite the adventure. As you have moved into products, how has that changed your mentality from being a developer and a marketer? How are products different from building people websites?
It was like a relief, for us, the services part was not working. So it was like completely opposite of our skill, I think the services area was interesting because, at least for me, the only part that was interesting was that I could explore different things. I could understand what people want and what are their challenges and learn about industries, about I was more interested about the meta work around the project, about, who are those people, why they want this work done, and this sort of thing that it was interesting for me. But then in terms of delivering the service, I was struggling because one, I didn't like this whole project management thing. I'm not organized. I work, maybe I work 1 week 24/7, and then 1 week I'm too tired. I don't have consistency. I don't like to put structure in things. I don't like to follow up with people, with the clients, to give reports every day, with the team, to say, okay, where we are, to manage their hours. I found this, it looked like made completely no sense. So we were working completely chaotic, we didn't have project management. I was just sending emails back and forth, and so on. But when we discovered the products, and I also wanted to do interesting work, and we tried to do this for clients, and we always kind of barely made it, almost lose money on most of the things. So it was not working. So when we discovered the products, it proven like the way that we were working was exactly perfect for that, right? Because then we can work in sprints, we can try to do something really interesting, really unique, really new, and that was rewarded, right? When we work for the clients, we had the fixed budget, okay, we will do this site for you for $500, right? No matter if we do something really interesting. That was not, we did it because we were interested to explore and etc. But yeah, I was not understanding. So naturally, products were just suited for the way that we were working, and they are still suited today. For some people, I think services work much better naturally without any, because I had no training. I had no experience working in a service company. I had no previous experience in any kind of job when I started the company. So it was just my natural talents, let's say, which were not suited for that, and just the willpower to do something.
That's great. That's really good insight. It's all about know thyself, right, and know what works for you. And so it sounds like products really work for how you work. Talk to me a little bit about how Kinsta has played a role for you and your businesses.
So Kinsta, we discovered, I remember very specifically. So as our business grew, we thought okay, we should try to get a more, let's say, expensive or professional or specialized hosting companies. Let's try it with Kinsta. Then I tested the performance on the, like how it's working and so on, and it worked fine. And we started to transfer some of the websites there. We also had the blog, so we were doing performance tests, and I think overall the offering, like, and also the maybe it doesn't sound like, like maybe the key aspect, but you came up with a dashboard that was really really easy to use, right? So then with Kinsta, like the remember, the dashboard was really friendly. You can do everything by yourself. The support and also was really high quality. As this was, I mean, the pagely was also great. We like the company. I also like the idea that it's, like something new that's just starting and is trying to do things a little bit better. And I think for us, when we launched our team and it was very successful, I think also Kinsta came at the right offering at the right time. So then I wanted to do more with Kinsta and to promote it more, and got in touch with Daniel Pataki, it used to be one of our writers, so I knew him.
Okay.
And he was like some technical, I think, person, and I was discussing with him to something about the affiliate partnership, and we got started there. And the affiliate side, I like as a partnership that Kinsta was open compared to most of the other hosting companies at that time to work with a revenue share model. Compared to WP Engine, for example, you had a small revenue share component, which I like it because I thought it's more aligned as those like hosting companies like WP Engine or Kinsta. It's, you can sell 1,000 per month packages or etc. Like it looked more aligned if we send higher, like paying clients to you, that our, like also commission is tied to that. Smaller clients, smaller pay, higher clients, higher pay. So I thought that's fair, and in this way I found also a way that like an incentive a little bit for us to promote Kinsta further, because we like the service, but also we didn't want it to just replace other competitors that were delivering us revenues and losing money. So we tried to find a way, and I was happy that I could do that, and we are still users of Kinsta today.
Excellent. I'd love hearing the feedback, and Daniel's our CTO, and so it's awesome to hear the history there of how that relationship kind of came about and continues to foster. And you make a great point on the affiliate program, right? With the 10% commission, it is a nice commission, and we put no restrictions on that. So we're definitely trying to make it a beneficial program for everybody involved. As we're kind of wrapping up time here. As you kind of proceed forward, AI, of course, is the huge topic that everybody's talking about. What is your take on incorporating AI into your products and services, and what are some suggestions you have for product owners considering AI?
So I would say that, like we started to use AI heavily on any front. I've tried to also, like, we did some internal things on the company, encouraging people to use it, making clear to people that we expect them to use it, that no one will be fired if they will use AI, and their jobs won't disappear. And that's the advantage, right? We are a product company. If we would have been a service company needed to deliver like a 100K project, and then we did it faster with AI, we would have no job for people that were not doing that, because if we didn't have more projects. But being a product company, like for us, like there is no limit to innovation, right? So if we can use AI and we can do more, and we can do more interesting things or more products, that's great. I mean, there is a need for more products. So I made that clear. So we tried to, like to kind of clarify this within the company. We are using it for, personally, I use it for product management a lot. Like it helps me to create, like mockups that I can then give to the developers, like and give more clear indication, right? Okay, like I think like this area or this section or this experience should work or look like that, which is more versus trying to explain it with words, like it's just made it easier. It allowed me also now to start, like doing some coding. So we did we launched the new optimal website, which is just vibe coded, like you call this, and I just using AI to kind of generate it, and then using AI to make it from React a WordPress plugin, and then get some development help at the end to kind of our developers to put something together and put it on the website. So, and it turned out great, like much better that we could have done ourselves, much faster, much cheaper. So I think it's great, but you need to use it day to day. You need to create the right incentive in the company for the product owners that, like people are, are not seeing this as a threat. They are not kind of feel, threatened by this. So they understand that this will be great for them, and it's needed to be competitive. And I think that's this is a big, I think it's a big challenge to overcome, and then just use it. And I think there will a lot of changes will come. I think there is a tremendous opportunity for the next 3 years to be to move faster than others. After 3 years, I think it might have some not really good consequences in terms of barriers to entry and the competition and so on. But for the next 3 years, I'm quite confident that you can move faster than others, and you can deliver faster. You can deliver better products faster and cheaper. So I think you can have a big edge in the next years. That's my view on it, and we are experimenting with all sort of things.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I think that's a good approach to take, right? And that's one that I'm taking, and internally at Kinsta, we've been, using the tools, but then also check your work, right? Like you got to trust but verify.
Right.
Sometimes they give some strange answers. I really appreciate your time on this call. I try and keep these as short as possible. If people are interested in getting in touch with you, what is the best way for them to reach out and interact?
I think email is the easiest way. Twitter as well at HackingLife7. It's the username. Pretty much anywhere they can find me, I would reply back. LinkedIn.
Excellent. All right. Well, we'll get all the links sent out. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and I hope it has been interesting, and you've been a great host. Thanks.
Thank you so much.